Anyway, Park Hill. This is my first time being around a bunch of black people. My very first day of school, you know they buddy you up with somebody. They buddied me up with this little girl named Trio. I'ma say your name. You get no anonymity to me. I don't care if you are world peace, save the koala from extinction looking ass in 2023. You are permanently frozen in my mind as a little girl who tormented me from the very first day I got to Park Hill. And yes, it hurts. It made me mad when I was less evolved into my feminine energy, but now I can say it just hurts. Like, you targeted me. So you don't get no anonymity. Anonymous. You are not anonymous, bitch. I did mean to call you a bitch. You getting that heat off of me from 1993. I don't know. I moved here in 96. I had to deal with that girl from 3rd grade to 8th grade. She tormented me like she got her fucking rocks off by fucking with me. From 3rd grade, she went to bed and woke up. How pathetic is this? Bullies, how pathetic is this? You go to bed, you dream about, you wake up, you eating your cereal, you excited as fuck because you get to go to school and with somebody. And if you real lucky, you get to fuck with multiple people. And if you real lucky, you got a whole entourage that you now have clicked up with to help you fuck up somebody else's day, to drive somebody else to want to themselves or you, because many a nights what I dreamt about was throwing your ass out that window. I know why they got gates over that window, because I would have threw your ass out of it every night. And Lord, in the season of Columbine, what I would have dreamt about. My parents literally had 9mm and because back then you could have automatic weapons. Tech 9s just laying around on the table because my dad was being targeted and was creeping. Must stay woke. Because his friends, my dad was talking about a raise he was going to get, and so his friends started plotting on him, like what y'all was going to do. And the same thing happened to my grandfather. His daddy got a big check from the VA, and per my dad, they killed him for it, because when they found him, they didn't find that check. Yo, did y'all see the mollywop in Montgomery? Oh, that shit was epic. You know what I thought when I was watching that? I sure am proud. I am proud to see my people show up for each other in a way that I've never seen my people show up for each other before. That may be a stretch. We show up for each other all the time over here in this community. But you want to know what else I thought? This is a weird, impromptu, unplanned social experiment. The powers that be are like, damn, what happens if I throw a chair in the middle of a crowd? We don't even have to ask because the Boondocks already discovered for us. Let's watch.
Now! Give me my damn money! Oh my god, it's Sharon! I'm mad, man!
After we're done enjoying, after we're done kiki, after we're done making t-shirts, after we're done making me, I want you guys all to realize that those people were beating on each other simply because of the color of their skin. I want you to sit and I want you to digest just how fragile our society is. I want you to take 2 seconds to realize that video is a reflection of just how close we are to a race riot. Nobody happened to have guns in the moment. Nobody happened to have weapons in the moment. But trust me, when it goes down, it's gonna go down. And we saw just a little bit of that at the mollywop in Montgomery. America, we need to get a hold of ourselves. The first person who came to help young man that was getting beat down, he was not fighting. He was pushing people off of him. So you already know where our head is. We are on the defense. Have always been. Y'all need to check yourselves because you've already wrecked yourself, but there's a possibility that you could bring it on back. I know there's always got to be that one. And I'm okay with being that one. If that means we actually stop and think, damn, Those people were really beating on each other simply because of the color of their skin. Not necessarily that they did anything. Every white person that got mollywopped didn't necessarily do anything. They was just white on the wrong day, on the wrong pier. And I stand united. But I also am very much aware of what that video represents. And you should be too. Now, it's very clear who the aggressors were, and that's not what is of question here. What I question is how many of those aggressors would now sit here and say that I don't have a racist bone in my body. If we don't want to see what happened in Montgomery, Alabama, happen on a large scale within this country, it's time that we all do the work to heal whatever the hell that was. You gotta stay alert if you choose to surround yourself with shady people. And my dad chose to surround himself with shady people. What's good, LoneeAppleton? I am a healthy family advocate. If that is your content of choice, please consider following, commenting, sharing, and posting videos with your community so that we can grow. And please support our community by putting a tip in the tip jar, shopping our merch, and picking up your copy of What's the Best That Can Happen at LoneeTaylorArt.com. So yeah, now that I'm in my feminine energy, I can say that the way that Tria and Erica, I'm gonna name all you bitches, Anisha, the way that all of you guys chose to treat me, and I know you guys, because you're not evolved, I'm gonna bet you're not the world peace. I think you're the not evolved, still in the hood. I don't care how big your house is, you're still in the hood. So I'm going to wager, if this video ever makes it to you, you're gonna be sitting there cackling like, oh, I'm still in her head. I'm living rent-free in her head. And you wear that as a badge of honor, discounting the fact that the reason why you live rent-free in my head, which you don't, this just popped in my head randomly because it was relevant to the conversation. And my life is a classroom, Monday through Saturday, noon, Pacific Standard Time on live, once I get out of jail. But my life is a classroom, so it's not that you're living rent-free in my head, it's the fact that you inflicted so much trauma on my life that yes, you have left a scar on me. And you think it's funny that you have scarred someone to the point that X amount of years later, decades later, they can still recall your name. I can't recall y'all's face, and I scribbled them out in my yearbook like a dummy. Oh, y'all, don't ever destroy evidence. You may need to be able to go back to it. And when I say evidence, I'm not talking about receipts. I just wish, like, there's a picture of my mom that I scratched crackhead across her face. And for some reason, I never threw that picture away. So to this day, whenever I happen across that picture, and I want to say, my mom may have been in possession of that picture. I done said it to her enough times, but how does that make her feel? How does it make me feel to know that I did that? That was some wild stuff, y'all.